I'm Kevin Branum. We have the 1912 market here in Grants, New Mexico, and then we also farm under the name of Three Crosses Farms. I actually grew up ranching more than farming, and so we've always had horses and had cattle and been in and out of beef production and then also sheep production as well. I was blessed with the opportunity to serve as the area agronomist for NRCS over in Clovis, New Mexico. And so I spent several years traveling the state, teaching soil health workshops, partnering with other organizations within New Mexico that were interested in soil health. And so I did a lot towards healthy soils with my stint as a state agronomist. So most of my experience firsthand was actually animal production. So this has been our first, other than having a garden, it's our first experience really trying to do large production farming. When we bought the farm, it was kind of like a barren desert with some landscape trees just poking out from place to place. It's abandoned carrot fields from back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So a lot of the soils were just bare, maybe a few weeds when the rains came, and that was about all that was out there. It's kind of always been in me. With an agricultural biology degree, I've always had that passion for healthy soils and trying to understand why they need to be healthy and what they do to support the plant system by being healthy. The soil health principles that we put into practice on our farm is to maintain a biodiversity of plants, not having just one particular species, but actually either through companion cropping or rotations or cover crops. We try and make sure that we have the 4 functional plant species growing on the soil. We try and keep our soils covered as much as possible. We try to keep a living root in the soil as much as possible, and we do that through the cover crops also. And then, of course, we use grazing animals to try and accelerate the soil health system, because that grazing animal, that hoof action and that manure spreading and that grazing that actually then activates the plant to exudate enzymes into the soil are all things that are important to soil health. I'm doing on my own farm what I got to preach for so long as to what we should do and following those principles. And we talked about how the reward is actually getting to see the results now on my own farm, and also getting to teach my children that we need to take care of the land and practice good soil health. That way it'll continue to produce for generations. My wife and myself, and we have 3 children, and everybody works on the farm, whether they really want to or not. They all have jobs. If it's weed pulling time, we get out there as a family and all 5 of us will pull weeds. Now, I will give credit, my wife and my kids do a lot more weed pulling than I do. My take in it is oversight and management, and they actually are the laborers that get it done. I learned about ecosystems before I was strong in my faith. And so I kind of had the scientific principles behind it, but now I'm able to actually see that broad picture and how things are meant to be in balance and how they're dependent on one another. Just being able to wake up each day, knowing that I have another day that I can fulfill and have the opportunity to possibly impact somebody else or being able to serve others. So every day I just wake up with that eager attitude to be helping and serving.